Hello, how y'all? What's up? Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Can you guys hear me? I got this little Bluetooth microphone on, so I'm just trying to make sure you guys can hear me. So I don't know if any of you guys know me, but I have not done a live in a long time. If you can put a comment so I can just make sure you can hear me. I'm sure you probably can, but I just want to make sure. Anyway, happy Sunday. I've been up early, you guys. Early. And thanks for joining. Okay, thank you for letting me know you can hear me. Thank you. So I'm going to give, but I do want to help people as much as I can with their business, So any kind of videos, because I have a YouTube channel too with a lot of information on that. So I'm going to tell you guys about that channel, and I'm going to give you guys a lot of information. So like I said, I haven't done a live in a while. I'm going to start trying to do them once a month, to be honest. I'm going to go ahead and commit, because I know it's not easy being a business owner. And just to tell you guys a little bit about me, if you don't know who I am, I'm M. Williams. You see Sugar Salon. Thanks for joining. You see Sugar Salon. So just to tell you about me, I'm an original Georgia peach. Born in Georgia, born in Columbus, Georgia. Dad was in the military. Moved to Atlanta when I was like 3 years old. And the skip forward. Worked in corporate America over 20 years. Places like Equifax, GE, ADP, the payroll company that you guys heard of. Fortune 100 and 500 companies. So worked in corporate 20-something years. 2006, or right before then, I felt like I was hearing God telling me, thanks for joining, you guys. I really appreciate you guys, because I haven't done a live in a long time, but I'm going to be doing them monthly. And I'm going to be talking about business stuff. But anyway, just telling you guys about me. So, came out of 20-something years in corporate America. GE, y'all know ADP stands for Automatic Data Processing. It's a payroll company. Equifax, y'all know that's the credit bureau. So I worked at some Fortune 100 and 500 companies, not trying to brag, but just trying to tell you guys a little bit about me so you'll know a little more about me. So I left 20-something years in corporate America with a very upward trajectory, about to go into leadership and, all of that, going up that ladder, climbing that glass ceiling. And you guys, I went to school for hair, and I finished school, got my license, all that stuff. But when I went into hair, it was different than what I thought. And so I was in hair 1 year, and I went to corporate. That was way back in my Thundercat days. And so 20-something years in corporate, you guys, and I felt like God was saying, step on out, open a salon, go back into the hair industry. And it's a long story. It was a process to that, and I'm going to spare you guys all that, but I left 20-something years of them Fortune 100 and 500 companies, and I felt like I was obeying God, and I stepped out, and I opened my own storefront salon. But first, in 2006, I got a salon suite. That's what I did first, and then I had that salon suite for 2 years, but really after that 1 year, I just felt like the urging that God was wanting me to do more. And so I didn't want to stay in that salon suite another year, but I wasn't quite sure what it was that God wanted me to do. So I stayed at the suites another year. And then after I stayed in the suites another year, by the time that second year was up, I knew I was going to get a storefront. So I ended up getting a storefront salon. I married my husband in 2003. Mm-hmm. So August 14th, 2003. So we're about to come up on our anniversary. So stepped out and met him working at Singular Wireless, believe it or not. So stepped out of corporate America, went into a suite 2 years after that. The end of 2007, got my storefront salon. Had never had a storefront. Had never managed people in the service industry. A lot of things I had never done, but I was hearing from God, and I felt like I was hearing from God, so I left all of that behind.
What?
So it was like the end of 2007, you guys. And if anybody know what happened in 2008, we had the Great Recession. The Great Recession, right? So you guys, I think it was 3 or 4 months after we opened the Storefront salon that the Great Recession came. I'm like, oh my God, really? Is this God? Did I miss God? And I just made a video about that. Was it really God? So anyway, I was like, oh my God. And you guys, I'm a Virgo. I'm August 31st. If you know anything about that, I'm very type A. I'm very structured, which helps when you own a business to be structured. It's very helpful.
Thank you.
So I had hired a whole team, you guys. A whole team, before they started talking in the news about a recession, I already had a whole entire team. I had makeup artists who did makeup for Fox 5 News. I had black, white, Asian. I had a whole team hired already. They was going to start on booth rental. But when they started hearing about the recession, they didn't want to leave these salons where they already were, which I get all that. They didn't want to leave. So everybody started saying, I'm sorry, but I can't start, because right then my salon was still in the process of the build out. We had to add shampoo bowls and all of that stuff. So long story short, because I know y'all want to hear about how to get more clients, this is just giving you a little history about me. So I wanted to be booth rental. That was my business model plan when I opened, to be booth rental. That plan didn't go too well because now we're in a recession and nobody had clients. So I had to change my business model to commission. And so I'm always a giver. So I don't mind helping nobody. So I started hiring and start hiring stylists, and didn't have no problems getting stylists at all. It was just God just was helping me out. We survived the recession. I started running TV commercials, ran TV commercials for 10 years. My stylist stayed busy. I've had up to 10 stylists. My stylist stayed, the longest one I had stayed, she was almost there 8 years. Everybody else 5 years, 6 years. So I had an amazing, God, he was doing the most. He was showing himself strong. He was doing a lot. The salon was so busy that then I heard from God saying, okay, get some other locations. You guys, I ended up having a total of 3 locations and was commissioned. I may have had, I don't even think I had even 5 booth rental people. Like most of the people that I had working in my salon were commissioned. In all the years that I was open, I probably can count on one hand if that, throughout all them years from like 08, the end of 07 when I opened my storefront till I think my storefront lease expired. I think it's been like 3 years now or something. I will have to go back and count, but it's been about that long. But yeah, in all that time. So that's just telling you a little bit about me. So then the salon was so busy, you guys, the storefront, my salon was so popular. And I would see people bring their kids to the salon, and then I see the kids in high school, then I see them go to college. I mean, people was not trying to leave my salon as far as the customers, they was there. So anyway, that was nothing but God too, because my faith that I stepped out, the faith that you have to have for God to manifest, that's all he needs, because faith is it's a verb. So it's an action word. So God will know when we operating in faith, and then he'll start manifesting. Like I just stepped out, I had no clue. My new husband, he was okay with me leaving corporate. Corporate, you know what you're going to make every week. You know what your paycheck going to be when it go into your bank account every 2 weeks. But when you own a business, whether you in the service industry, whether you own a restaurant, whether you got a spa, whether you own a grocery store, no matter what kind of business you own, you don't know from one day to the next, like how many clients you may have. You don't know off the top of your head, or how much money or revenue you gonna earn for that month. Sometimes you don't know, because sometimes it's fluctuating. So my husband was all for me doing it, and then you guys, like I said, when I opened, the recession happened, so you guys can be encouraged, because if I can survive that, I know you can survive anything that's going on in the world right now, and it's a lot going on. Trust and believe, there's a lot going on. So anyway, so then I end up, you guys, having my storefront, And then you guys, I ended up with 2 salon suites. So I ended up with 3 locations at the same time. I had my storefront and I had 2 salon suites. And if you've ever worked in a salon suite, you know a salon suite ain't cheap. It's pricey. The only difference is, the main difference is, you know, when you in a salon suite, you're not paying light, water, gas, a bunch of taxes. There's a lot of stuff that you pay in a storefront that you don't pay in a salon suite. But by the time you pay the rent in a salon suite, you're probably paying almost about the same as you paying in a storefront for the rent only. So, you know, your rent in a salon suite will probably be almost the same as what you're paying in a storefront. But in a salon suite, you're not paying lights, water, gas. You know, you're not paying all these different taxes you got to pay. You're not paying occupational taxes and all this other stuff. You got to pay tax on your equipment, you know, that you have in your storefront.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of stuff that if you don't do your due diligence and you don't do your research, you'll be getting bills and you're like, what is this? You'll be getting an invoice and you're like, what? Occupational tax, tax on equipment, what? You know, if you don't do your due diligence when you get a storefront and you are none the wiser, you're going to be getting invoices from everywhere. You're going to be like, everybody wants some money. I mean, when you have a storefront. So anyway, that was just to tell you guys just a little bit about me. And so I retired. I went back to corporate about September will be 2 years ago. But I have a YouTube channel. I still make videos. I'm always trying to help people because business ownership is not easy. So I don't know if we have any owners on here or if we have stylists. I don't know what the mix of that we have on here. I saw a couple other people join. Thank you so much. I'm going to do this once a month. I'm going to try to do business topics and it'll be business one-on-one and I'll give different topics. So when we get off this live, if you have a topic that you want me to talk about, please just DM me while we're on this live now and I'm about to get into how you can get more clients. And I'm going to tell you things that work for me. I'm going to tell you how I survived the recession and I had just opened up. I'm going to tell you guys how we ran TV commercials for 10 years. I'm going to tell you guys some stuff that worked for me. Now, it may be some stuff that you may not want to implement. And it may be stuff you already are doing. Or it may be stuff you never thought about. Okay, how can you get more clients? So one thing you got to do, don't forget that foundational stuff. The foundational stuff, in my opinion, and I came out of cosmetology school a long time ago. So, you know, I'm going to be telling y'all some old school stuff too, but it works. So one of the basic things, in my opinion, that you want to do is market. That's the basic no-brainer thing that you want to do is market. I'm going to say one thing before I forget. That's about your Instagram and your social media. A lot of times I see that stylists, they have Instagrams and they have social medias. But when you look in their profile and their bio on their social media or on their Instagram, you don't see anything about where they at. Like, you don't see the address. You don't see, I'll be like, ooh, this stylist do hair. Her stuff look good. I may need to go to her and I may need to take this wig off and let her shampoo and braid me up. But they don't have anything on their bio about where they're located. You don't know if they in Atlanta or if they in Florida or if they in New York or if they in... And so with me having a commission team when I opened up, and most of them when they came didn't really have clients. So I had to not only build up my salon, but I had to build up these stylists too. Because I'm going to tell you like it is, like people can come to your salon. Like you may get people to come to your salon and work there, but trust and believe they are not going to stay if your salon is not busy.
Thank you.
Especially if it's a commission salon, or if you're a commission stylist on here, or if you're a business on here. And I'm going to talk about, you know, the hair industry, but a lot of stuff I'm talking about is going to, pertain to any kind of business that you might have too. Don't get it twisted. So whatever kind of bio you have or whatever social media you have, make sure that you're always thinking outside the box. You're thinking like the customer. You're not thinking like you. Like my first name is Manya. I go by M. Williams. And my first name is Manya, so I have to tell myself. But anyway, you guys, you want to make sure that you think like the customer. You think like the potential client. Don't think about yourself. Don't think, okay, I know I'm in Atlanta. I know what street I'm on, my business. You got to think like a client, because people are, we in the land, we in the day and time right now where everything is quick, fast, in a hurry. Like, nobody going to try to figure out where you at. Like, you got to have it on your Instagram saying, okay, I'm in Atlanta. Okay, I'm in Johns Creek. Okay, I'm in Chamblee. Okay, I'm in Mississippi. Okay, I'm in Biloxi. Okay, I'm in New York. Oh, I'm in South Carolina. Because, in all honesty, you guys, a lot of people don't have on their Instagram, on their bio, on their social media, they don't even have where they're located. Trust me, I promise you, they don't. A lot of people don't, and a lot of times I see it be hairstylists, because I used to be trying to hire hairstylists. I was always hiring because my salon stayed busy, so I didn't know where they were, because they'll just have their name or the business name. They'll say what they do. Sometimes they don't have no contact information, or they don't have the city. So that's number one. Make sure you have that on any kind of social media that you have. Another thing too, the basics of marketing. You want to have every social media known to man. You want to have every social media known to man. Because sometimes I mentor different business people, not a lot, but sometimes I do. And a lot of them don't have certain social media outlets. They don't have. Like, they may have Instagram, but they don't have Facebook. They may have Facebook, but they don't have TikTok. They may have TikTok, but they ain't got X or whatever you call it. In my opinion, you guys, you want to have everything you can have. Why? Because it's free. Why? Because just like Facebook, a lot of people have Facebook, but they don't have Instagram. A lot of people have Instagram, but they don't have Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And if you are a business owner, you don't want to be the hindrance to your own business.
Thank you.
Like, you don't want to hinder yourself. You don't want to be a hindrance to your own business, because there's things that you can have for free. Because it's going to be some people you're going to reach on TikTok that you're not going to be able to reach on Snapchat or whatever. And people think Snapchat ain't still live. Snapchat, there still be people on there. So, you want to have every form of social media that's out there.